I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you win the hot seat, it's times two. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news.
What is going on, man? Welcome to the first episode of the Liftoff fucking podcast with me and my co-host, my guy.
What's up, bro?
Coverage, man. How you doing? How you doing this weekend, my guy?
Great, man. I had a busy week. But got today and tomorrow off, so I'm just chilling, relaxing, getting everything done around the house. But you already know I'm ready to turn up and talk some Houston Rockets basketball.
Yes, man. Yes. Those of y'all don't know, me and Matt Segretti, we are Rockets fans of the network. I don't think we the only Rockets fan. I think it's one more that we got. But yeah, man, we are Rockets fans. So we it's a rough year, man. It's a very rough year for us. Rough couple of years. Matter of fact, at that point, we talk about Rockets. It's basically going to be about Rockets. So we're gonna throw some at the end of the show. We're gonna throw some other stuff up in there. Basically, we're gonna talk about how the season's been going so far, which is ain't goddamn great. We're gonna talk about the Magic. We're gonna talk about the Magic game with that.
Golly, bro.
And we
started hot, ended slow. I mean,
oh man. So yeah, shout out to Let Them Burn in the chat.
Let Them Burn
in the chat. Shout out
always
to you.
Coming through and supporting. Appreciate you, bro.
So again, man, we gotta go back with the Magic game the other night, man, when we lost our 119 and 119 and 111. We could not get a stop in the fourth quarter at all. I think we got the lead at least down to we tied it up at we got the lead 71-74 in the late stages of the third quarter. That was evaporated within probably about 5 seconds later. Kiki comes back, hits a 3-point shot. After that, they go back on a 9-0 run just like that to put it 80-74. They go back on a 9-0 run. We come back, we tie back up, and after that, it was all Magic. From there, we kept getting there, but we just couldn't get closer. So, what are your thoughts on the game Friday against Orlando?
I mean, we started great. Like, we were calling the game together. We were both excited how we started 15-2. Orlando had to burn some timeouts. And I think we started great. We started hot with energy, played great defense. Like everything was, and we were hitting shots. Like that was the main thing. We were hitting every single three. It seemed like I think we started like 5 out of 9 from 3-point land. So, I mean, I was very, very happy about that. But then I just feel like those timeouts, I don't know what is going on. Like, what do they talk about during those timeouts? Because it just seems like the energy when we come out of the timeout, the energy is just not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? And those are like the times where like, you regroup, you talk to each other like, okay, keep the momentum, let's keep it going. But then it seems like it just dies out every single time we call a timeout or like end of the quarter, halftime, those breaks. But I mean, definitely our defense was the number one thing that we could not do. Like that was the main key why we lost that game. I feel like.
Yeah, our defense is never down, man. It's just non-existent. No matter what game we go to, we gave up so many points this year, man. I mean, it's just like we play only one quarter. It's like you don't know which quarter we play. We played the first quarter last game. We seemed to play last game. Even though we did great, we did pretty much good, decent between the third and the middle of the fourth quarter, but we just basically gave actually probably the best first quarter that we had all season long, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's probably the quarter that we had. And after that, like you said, I don't know what's going on in these timeouts. I don't know what Coach Silas is preaching to the guys. They come out, energy level, start going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 straight turnovers coming right up out of the timeout. You have 2 straight turnovers. Kevin Porter Jr., I don't know what's going on with him. I'm expecting him this year to take that big leap to be like an 18-point per game scorer. He showed potential. You go back to last year, I believe you mentioned this in the stream when he had 50 on the Milwaukee Bucks. Mm-hmm. He shows potential of what he can be, a 20-point per game scorer, or what he can be a stud in the league, but he has just not broke out. He has not broke out into that. Wow, what you think going on with Kevin Porter Jr.? Because it seemed like something is going on. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know why is he taking so much time, to I know he's still young, he's 20 years old, but we seen glimpse of in Cleveland too. So when we trade for him, we got a steal. We got a steal right here. We got a guy that comes out. We got Kevin Love comes out and said this guy was the most talented player on that Cleveland team. And he's talented. He hit some big shots for him, but why he has not broke out? What's your point of why he has not broke out?
I just feel like it's all just being so young and, inexperienced and just like, growing up, basically. We seen it, during halftime a couple weeks ago. He was throwing chairs, getting pissed off at John Lucas, leaving the freaking arena. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. And then, like, when he was with Cleveland, that was one issue that they had with him as well. So that's the main reason why they traded him away. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just about growing up right now. I just feel like I do think he is in a good state of mind in Houston because I follow him on Twitter. So I've seen a couple of his tweets that he says, like Houston, this is where I want to be. This is like basically my second chance. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's like, I feel like he's happy to be here in Houston. Yeah. But, it's just about growing up and, like, learning from your mistakes. And, like you said, he's 20 years old, man. What were we doing when we were 20? I mean, I was doing some stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I've learned from that, grown. And now, it's just about maturing, man. Like, his game is phenomenal. Like, when he's on, bro, we saw him hitting threes early on the game against the Magic. He can shoot. He's a freaking lethal scorer in this league. And my boy Jason's in the chat. What's up, bro? But I was texting him about like Kevin Porter. I was like, bro, this dude he's a beast now. When we got him, he didn't really know much about him. And then like he kept texting me like, yo, I've been seeing some highlights from him. He can score. I'm like, I told you, bro. This dude's lethal. And like we've seen him, he can get a triple-double, even though they took the triple-double away because the last rebound he got, it was like a tip shot, and I guess the NBA didn't count it. But I mean, I just feel like once Kevin Porter gets a little bit more older, more mature, we'll see a better overall player.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. Like I say, man, I think this dude got all the talent in the world. He got Ivan the name.
You're right, Ivani. Man, the stories.
So well, we got a positive though. I think Kevin Porter Jr. he's gonna mature. I still got faith in him that he's gonna become a 20-point scorer for us. Is gonna be one of those leaders that we can build, that we need to build around. So we got a person that we can feel good about, man. That's coming along. That everybody but statistically, everybody said he's the worst player. He's the worst, not scorer, but the worst. Rookie. Worst rookie was Jalen Green. He's coming along strong. You go back and look at his numbers post All-Star break. He's starting to hit the three well, 37% from the 3-point line. He's starting to knock that down more consistently. Man, Jalen Green, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He got 4 steals. So he's competing on the defensive side, man. Thoughts on Jalen Green? How Jalen Green is maturing? We also know he has the ability to use his athleticism real good, and he has the ability to put the ball in the basket, but he has not done it consistently. But he's done it pretty consistently these last games, and coming out of the All-Star break against Orlando, that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah, and I feel like he has progressed a lot in his games. Like the past, let's say the past 5 games. I mean, he played
Yep.
Toronto, Utah, the Suns, Clippers, and Orlando. He scored 18 against Toronto, 13 against Jazz, 17 against the Suns, 21 against the Clippers, and 23 against the Magic. So I mean,
Yep.
and he's scoring efficiently, like 56%, 53%, 44, 53. You know what I'm saying? So like he's making his shots, and he's shooting really well in the 3-point land too. Over 40% in all those games. So you know what I'm saying? I've been really, really hard on Jalen Green. When we got the second pick overall, I was like, please get Jalen Green, please. I was like, I want him so bad. You know what I'm saying? And I was actually happy that we got the second pick because I really didn't want Cade Cunningham, even though he has been balling lately. So I got to give my props to Cade, but I wasn't really too big on Cade like I was on Jalen Green because like I have a couple other Rockets buddies that we have group chats in, and I was like sending them highlights of him in the G League, and I'm like, watch out for this guy, bro. A lot of people didn't know about him because he played in the G League, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like players that come up through that process have a slight edge over the college players because they have better surrounding like talent. You know what I'm saying? Because G League, you playing with 30-year-olds sometimes. We saw
you play with NBA guys. You play with guys that have been in the NBA or that's still trying to make a run in the NBA. So I don't think that's not too bad. And being able to score 18 points per game and get into a playoff game in the G League, that's showing potential already right there.
Exactly. And I feel like, when I do want to see more playmaking ability from Jalen Green, like get those assist numbers up, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we saw him in the G League making those like no look passes, bounce passes, you know what I'm saying? So like it's gonna come with experience and more games under his belt. But I love what I'm seeing lately from Jalen Green. So I got to give him some props. He shut me up for now because I've been very critical of Jalen Green this season, bro. Like
hey, I've been hard on him a lot, just like you, man. I've been hard on him a lot, but I also been kind of cautious on him. I'm saying to myself, this guy at some point is going to get going. He's going to find it. In the G League, he shot better from the 3-point line than he shot in this regular season. He shot better from the 3-point line in the G League. I think he shot by like 34, 30. By in the late 30s. So he's showing some ability in these last couple games that he can make the 3-point ball. Now, if he, like you said, if he can just get his playmaking up a little bit more and not try to force the issue sometimes he gets a neck of just actually trying to force things a lot when you don't have to. That comes in turning the ball over a lot, forcing him to shoot tough shots when he doesn't need to. So that's basically because teams seem to disrespect us because once they see us going to the basket and being successful, they go right into the damn zone defense like this is a high school. Goddamn, that's one thing I got turned hate. They go right in where each time teams go into a zone defense on us. I don't know what the hell goes on. We look lost. We don't play well against the zone. And Steven Silas just make no adjustments. He just makes no adjustments. Defensive possessions, I mean, I don't like it's too many lack of communication. We saw wide open guys. Wide open in Orlando. We saw Kiki wide open the whole game.
Oh my God.
Wagner pretty much was open the whole game, but Kiki, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, this guy, Kiki, if you want to play the Rockets, we'll have that's a nice game to break up out of a street. So this defense, I don't understand this defense. I don't know what Steven Silas is telling these guys. And like I said, I've been a defender of Steven Silas. I've been a defender early in the season. Like when we got on that losing streak. I think we started out 1-16. So we beat a couple of very good teams. We beat Brooklyn. We beat Chicago. That was a pretty good sign. I was like, maybe Steven Silas is doing a great job with this team. But now as I'm seeing right at point of right now, I'm starting to get off that bandwagon. I'm starting to get off Steven Silas. We got too much good young talent. Josh Christopher is even struggling now. Now that you bring in Dennis Schroeder, he's still struggling, which is Schroeder. Everybody likes Schroeder as the veteran, and he's been playing. He's not playing very good, but he's been great on the defensive side of the ball so far, as we've seen in Orlando, as we've seen the past couple of games. But I'm starting to say about Steven Silas, hey man, hey, you gotta get a better coach in here. For these guys to average over 8 points a game as rookies. The talent is down, the developmental is down. It's just the coach. Maybe it's just Stephen Silas.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest, I was okay with the hire at first.
Yeah, I was.
He came from Dallas, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
His dad was a coach in the league, so he has that, that pedigree about him. He's been assistant for like 20 years before he was our head coach. So like he has the experience under his belt, but like we were seeing with the Magic game, Garrison Matthews hit an air ball 3 and he's over here like, it's okay. That's okay. And I don't like that. I want a coach that's shaking his head like, what the hell were you doing? Like I was watching the Raptors and the Hawks game last night, and you just saw like what's the Raptors head coach? I forgot his name.
Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse, thank you.
Yep.
You saw him on the sidelines getting fucking pissed because they were giving up 10, 15-point runs. I want a coach like that. I want a coach that's going to hold these guys accountable, not just like give them a pat on the back and say, oh, you'll get them next time, buddy. No, those shots cost you games. I don't care what it is. And then we saw Garrison Matthews run right down the court again and shoot the next fucking possession.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like Garrison's like, I got the green light every time I got the ball. He ain't no Steph Curry. I don't care who he can shoot now. I'm not saying he can't shoot, but I'm just saying like as a coaching stance, like you just touched on, our defense, our transition defense is like non-existent. We can't defend anybody. Like Okiki was constantly open in the corner, constantly like running up the court, just getting to a spot and just draining them wide open. Like you can literally catch the ball, dribble 3 times, and then shoot. That's how open he was. So, and he had his career night against us. He had 26 points, career high. Like we were saying that this must be his career game, and it was.
This must be.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen Kiki, do anything like this, do anything special. I know he's a solid player. Kiki averages 8.6 points per game right now.
Exactly.
This probably his best game. He has 26. That's 18 points over his average against the Rockets. Like I say, hey man, when you're struggling, this Rockets team is a good way to break a struggle. Now we got the goddamn Clippers tonight, who just beat the goddamn Lakers. Right again, right now that's even much tougher. But again, these young players are maturing very well. I mean, you got guys. Josh Christopher averaged 7.3 points per game right now. You got guys like that. You got a developing great young core, but the coaching is just not it. The coaching is just not it. When you'll think you'll think this team is will get more wins. Kevin Porter Jr. 13.5, 6.1 assists a game. Okay, you got KJ Martin 8.5 points per game coming off the bench, almost giving you 10 points per game. You got Eric Gordon in double figures. Şengün 8.7 points per game. These all rookies, 19-year-olds coming in giving you contribution right away. It's just the coaching. It's not the development of the players. The players, that's how talented they are. That's how actually good they are. For their first year, 19-year-olds to come in here to compete with grown men at their age, 19 years old. It's not the guy. It's not the talent. It's not the development. It's the development of how good these guys already is. We just don't have the right coach. We just don't have the right coach.
And I would say this, even if he's not our head coach, like I'm saying, like I wish Silas was around a veteran coach, like an assistant coach, like you saw Mike Brown with the Golden State Warriors. You know what I'm saying? He's been there for forever now, it seems like. But I wish we had a guy like that, maybe to be on the bench with him to help him.
Yep.
I don't think Silas is the right guy, but I'm trying to think about what coaches are available.
I love Mark Jackson. I love him. I don't know why is he not a coach in the NBA already, but
I would love that.
Who said we need to get more from your young guys? How much we can get more? They average 8 points per game. It's not the development. It's the mental errors and the mistakes. They average 8 points a game. What more do you want from 19-year-olds? They average 8 points a game. It's not them. It's the fundamental mistakes that these guys are making every night. You can't win games going in average 17 turnovers. That's 17 times
No.
you're not getting a shot up every single game. That's 17 times, literally.
We lead the league in turnovers, 17 a game. I mean, you can't win basketball games like that, like no matter what. And our turnovers are always in the crunch times. Like we saw the first half, we took care of the ball pretty well, but then the second half, it's like we're tossing, like Sengun throwing it to Tate on the sideline. He wasn't even in the game. This man was just walking to, like, you know, where you check in at, and he thought he was on the court. I'm like, bro, come on now. So we have turnovers like that, and you know what I'm saying? We can't win with that no matter what. But I do love what Let 'em Burn said. Like, if we got Alvin Gentry or Mark Jackson, I would freaking love that. Like, both guys are credible. I don't know why Mark Jackson. I guess he's making some good money calling games because he deserves to be a coach in this league. We've been saying that since he got canned.
I'm starting to think he got blackballed for a little bit.
For real.
Yeah, because that was his team that Steve Kerr took over.
Yeah.
He built the Warriors. He developed them. They was already like the Rockets, good scores. They just needed a coach for the fundamentals. And you said, Donte, don't let me tell you a story about your Thunder. Well, guess what? Your Thunder is better than the Rockets record-wise, but not on the court. They're not better than the Rockets on the court.
The Thunder aren't a good team either, so I don't know what he's.
They're good. Cool. They're good record-wise. You keep chunking shots about the Thunder. Record-wise, they're very good, but on the court-wise, who has the upper hand? The Rockets or the Thunder? Who has the upper hand on the court-wise? That's what matters more. On the court-wise,
I think they would beat us, honestly.
I thought it was an even matchup. Yeah, to be honest, I thought it was actually even matchup. But so you got the winning part, but you don't got the on the court wise. When us to go head to head, we got you on the court. We got you as far as on the court wise. So hey, it's not the players that's not developing. It's the coaching. It's the coaching wise, and then the mental mistakes. I just think these mental mistakes and the missed free throws. We lost the game by 8 points. Christian Wood had 10 missed free throws. Those are 10 missed free throws that he had. That's a 2-point win. That's a 2-point win right there.
And he's averaging, I think, like 61% from the free throw land. Christian Wood is for the season, but lately he's been stinky. 33%, 23%, 50%. Like he airballed a fucking free throw, for God's sakes. Like come on, bro. Like he 3 for 13 against the Magic. That's why we lost. And it's actually funny because Christian Wood, I would say he's our best player, but recently, you know, if you look at the plus and minus, which is like when they're on the court, when they're off the court, minus 17, minus 4, minus 8, minus 16, minus 28. So when he's on the floor, we're actually getting spanked.
Yeah.
So that's not good. And we saw it with the Magic game when Sengun came in there. It felt like there was like a shift and, like, you know, how we play defense, how we, you know, spread the ball around, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, I don't know about Christian Wood. I was very high on him when we got him.
Yeah, I was too.
Now it just seems like he can't play defense at all.
I mean, again, you've seen it in the game. You did see it in the game. Like, again, he's too small. He's too small. You can tell that center position is not his. You know, if you want to go on the offensive side, he may have a little advantage because he can shoot the 3 ball at a high rate. But inside, he's just a little baby inside. And you seen Wendell Carter put that chest into him, and he could not handle it. And Sengun had to come in and just basically save his life right there. But yeah, man, I agree with you, man. Like I say, in this offseason, I consider trading him. To be honest with you, I consider trading him in the offseason for real. And I think I would like to go with get someone in the draft that will kind of help, which is when that road comes. We're gonna discuss a little more of that draft, what prospects we should get. I don't feel like we should get another guard in the draft. We got too many of them already. So again,
I would
go ahead.
I would definitely like either get another wing, or I'm focusing more on like some bodies down low. Like we need every time teams play us, they just dominate the paint. They dominate everything. We can't, as a team, we don't have somebody that will be like a post up player. You know what I'm saying? Like all our shots are basically on a 3-point land or a middle range. You know what I'm saying? So there's no dominant force down low that we have. Now, I think this offseason we need to focus on getting a good center. maybe another power forward, trading Christian Wood for a more defensive skilled, forward. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like our guards, and if we keep Eric Gordon next season, I don't know if we will or not, but those guys that's our outside shooters. We don't need a power forward out there shooting up threes. You know what I'm saying? We need guys that will take the paint over and defend it well.
Yeah, I believe, right? So, and this is the point, that I thought of last night too, as well, which is I definitely 1000% agree with you. We do need some big man depth, but I want to go. I want to go younger at that spot though, at that big spot. It wouldn't hurt to get veterans at all. It wouldn't hurt to get veterans at all. Eric Gordon, I wouldn't mind keeping Eric Gordon for another year. Oh, trust me, we not even thinking about Anthony Davis.
We don't want Anthony Davis.
We're rebuilding. We tearing it down. We just in fully rebuild mode. Anthony Davis,
he would go off with us though.
He would go off. He would go off. But I think Anthony Davis will still want to be in that championship contender range, and he can't stay on the court. The man can't literally stay on the court. So how can he help us in a suit in street clothes all the time?
Yeah.
And our problem is really not the offensive side of the basketball. We very much can score the offense side of the basketball. The defense has just been bad. It's just been atrocious. Open layups in the paint. You have wide open threes, and these are comfortable threes teams are making against us. These are threes that is wide open. Defensive breakdowns. Man, like I say, man, I would love Mark Jackson to be the coach. I don't know about Alvin Gentry. I think he had his chance. I want Mark Jackson as a coach. I want Mark Jackson as a head coach. I think he still should be in the NBA as a head coach. I don't know how that fell apart. He developed that young team. Would you mind if John Lucas is considered in the head coaching vacancy if we do move on from Steven side? Would you mind about John Lucas? Would you mind that?
I don't know about that because he's been on the bench with Silas, you know what I'm saying? So like we need a new face in there. Just more, I think we need a more defensive minded coach because we are giving up the most points per game in the league right now at 118 points per game.
That's a lot. Right. That's down there 120.
We're middle of the pack. We're like I think like 14th or 15th in the league right now. We're scoring 108 points per game.
That's not bad.
That's like you just said, our offense is okay, but our defense just sucks. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if we got, Gentry would be great too. I think, let him burn, put out two great coaches for us. I feel like Gentry or Mark Jackson would be awesome. I mean, I know we've, Jeff Van Gundy has been rumored to like maybe come back and coach, and he was with us, with Yao Ming and Trace McGrady during those years. I would be okay with that, but I feel like Jeff Van Gundy is more like he's more settled in with calling games now in his career. Yeah, and I definitely don't want his brother. His brother sucks.
Oh yeah, Van Gundy. Oh my god, his brother had his chance. No, and then I don't know for these young guys. I just don't like the way he treat players. Yeah, at times. So he would not be the best of coaches. Coach for this team. So I mean, we did end up losing against the Orlando Magic, which is pretty much probably the worst team in the league out of every team. But right now, the thing I want to bring up, like you touched on it again in the pregame show. Like it wasn't really a pregame show, but it was aftermath. And I'm starting to think like this too. We're probably the worst team in the NBA.
Yeah, we
look the worst.
We are.
I think we look the worst in the NBA. I think we
man.
Look the worst in the NBA right now. Even though by roster we don't feel like we the worst roster in the NBA. When you go back and you look at Schroeder, you look at Eric Gordon. I mean, you got a talented enough team to compete. You're showing signs that you could compete with teams in the league. Probably not the contending teams, but you show Phoenix. Go back to the Phoenix game. We competed the whole game. With Dennis Schroeder, with Christian Wood out, with Kevin Porter out, Kevin Porter out, I believe. You competed with him out, and you like, okay, we competed with Phoenix, we can compete, but then the very next night, you lay an egg. You get blown out by the Clippers, you lay an egg. And the Suns are a way better team than the Clippers. But again, matchups. Like styles make fights. They matchups. And what?
And the game with the Suns, like you just touched on, Christian Wood and Kevin Porter out. So with Sengun in the starting rotation, we're over there running that, giving them a run for their money. You know what I'm saying? That's what another thing I was looking at on Twitter was with Christian Wood not playing, we're actually look better as a team. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think we need to, trade him away. But yeah, I think we are the worst team in the league, bro, because it's either us or the Pistons. And I mean, we lost to the Pistons, we lost to the Magic, we lost to like all these bottom dwelling teams.
We lost to the Pacers, which we had that game in the fourth quarter. We lost that game pretty much in the fourth quarter. You said Miles Turner. I would love Miles Turner, but what he want? Like when I view players, like you love them, you love to have them, but players in this day and age, they want to win championships.
Mm-hmm.
These guys want to win championships. They want to put themselves in a position where they can win, But is Miles Turner, does he wants to be a star of an opposing team and wants the bag, or do he wants to win? That's when I first think of a player mindset, like a player mindset. Do they really actually want to win? Do they want to win, or do they want to be the man of the organization? Now, if he wants to contribute and kind of be the man and a front runner, then Houston probably can be the choice for him. Even though you're still gonna have Jalen Green, who I think, and Kevin Porter Jr., who's gonna be some studs coming up in the league. But again, it depends. It depends on what these players want. At this point.
And another name to throw out there for this offseason is Montrezl Harrell. I mean, we drafted him back in the day, and he's actually going to be a free agent. So I feel like that would be there's some really good free agents coming out this offseason, and I feel like, we can snag like a Montrezl Harrell or a Miles Turner type of player like that. But I mean, we need to do something. But the thing that scares me is like who's going to want to come over and play for us, because like no one's going to really want to take a step back and play for a non-competing team, even though we could throw the bag at them. But I mean, if I'm a player and in my 30s, I want to try to get a ring. You know what I'm saying? So it's right now, us as a destination will be hard to land some marquee free agents, but I mean, we do need to do something, man, because this core right now is not working together. I love Kevin Porter, I love Jalen Green, but I'm on the side of shipping Wood out of there and letting Sengun play more.
I will. That's what I will be. I will be on the verge of letting Sengun start next year, and I will be immediately picking up the phones or answering calls for Christian Wood. Whoever wants Christian Wood, I'll listen to the offers at this point. Like I say again, you gotta put a winning product on the floor, at least a competing product on the floor if you want to attract free agents to come here to play. We can throw the bag at them all we want to. We can give them the money, but again, that doesn't mean they want to come here and risk their career here. I mean, if you're gonna go fully rebuild, we might well just go fully rebuild, get some draft picks. Like we was talking about earlier this year, just get some draft picks, man. Go in the draft, rebuild from the draft like the Warriors did. They did it perfectly. They got Draymond Green in the second round, Klay Thompson. They get Curry. And I don't know how many teams passed up on Curry, and that was a mistake right there. So again, they built through the draft, and I feel like we need to take that process and we start seeing some improvement within this team, and probably get a better coach in here too as well. Get a better coach in here. So I mean, man, this is a long season. This is already a long season. It's gonna be a long, like 20 something games for us. I mean. And the schedule doesn't get any easier. It only gets harder for me. I'm to be honest. If you can see a win on that schedule that we can get, you tell me what a win that we can get.
No, I don't.
If you can see a win on that schedule that we get another win. No. Besides, I will say Indiana. I don't believe we probably will beat them. But you look at that schedule. That is brutal. That schedule is brutal, bro.
Especially the next couple like 6 games where I
Mm-hmm.
don't see a win at all. Yeah. It's the one thing I will say that will be refreshing for us in the offseason, because John Wall, I think he's a free agent. So he's going to be off the team, and that's going to free up a lot of money for
cap
us.
space. That's going to free up a lot of money. Yep. That's
So
going to free up a lot of money.
So right now, our free agents to be are John Wall, Dennis Schroeder, and Jayshawn Tate really are like the main 3. Jayshawn Tate's on a team option, so like the team can always like, bring him back. So Wall is on a player option, so I feel like he's gonna be like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then Schroeder. So those are the 2 main dudes that we could lose this offseason. And I get off the team, John. Just get the hell off our team.
Yeah. I don't care. Yeah,
Schroeder,
I'll just get him off the team.
I don't think Schroeder will stay either. So that's like $50 million right there. $53 million freed up for us. And that's like a lot of money that we can spend on some guys. So if you do want the bag, we could give you the bag if you want to come and play for us in Houston.
Yep. So like you said, I consider I let Schroeder's gonna walk. I think he's gonna walk. Even if we try to give him money, I think he's gonna walk. But if you look at his stage of his career, he has not worked out with no contending team at all. He has not worked out with no contender teams at all. He has not worked out with Boston. He has not worked out. He has not worked out with the Lakers. It's a reason why he turned down the money down. It's the reason why he turned down the money down. He didn't want to play. He just didn't want to play for him no more. Boston gave him up. Boston didn't even want him no more.
Yeah.
They gave him up. They pretty much gave him up. So, yeah. What up, Key?
What's up, Key?
Yeah. They pretty much.
Let him burn.
Go ahead.
Let him burn thinks John Wall could go to the Heat. I think John Wall could possibly go to the Lakers.
I'm just doing some administrative work. Don't mind me.
All right, I got you. Thank you so much.
But yeah, I think John Wall could land at the Lakers because they actually wanted him. They were trying to trade for him, but they didn't want to give up a first. And now I think Wall with the Lakers would play a lot better than Russ with the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So
I believe Wall is definitely an improved shooter. He's definitely an improved shooter. He shot the best 3-point percentage with us a year ago. At 33%, 32 or something like that. He's capable. He's clearly a better shooter than Russell Westbrook. He's clearly a better point guard. Probably at this rate is a better point guard right now at this point of time. He relaxed. He doesn't really actually turn the ball over too much like that. Well, he turned it over a lot last year. He turned it over a lot last year. So again, Wall is considered, like Iverson Vaughn said, the Clippers right there, boy, they're fucking good, bro. Coach Tyronn Lue should get some voting for consideration as coach of the year. Yeah, I believe he should get some consideration on there. He could fit with LA, like you said, the Lakers, the Clippers. Miami wouldn't be a bad spot, but he may have to come off the bench. That's something he did not want to do in Houston. That's one of the reasons that I know that why everything broke down. He did not want to come off the bench in Houston, so he's definitely gonna have to do it in Miami. As long as Kyle Lowry down, he's definitely gonna have to do that. So he's gonna have to take a bench role if he wants to go anywhere else. If the Lakers come off, Russell Westbrook, I believe that's when he can start right over there. I believe that's when he can get a starting nod over there with LeBron James and the Lakers. But who knows how that team is gonna fit out? But right now, I think Schroeder's gonna walk. He's gonna walk. Thank God, that's gonna free up a lot of money. That's 50 mil right there. I'll sign Jayshawn Tate back. If I'm the Rockets, I'm getting him back. I want him back on this team. He's a big help on this team. He's still young. I want Jayshawn Tate back.
Oh, yeah.
And I consider listening to offers about Christian Wood. If you get a great offer about Eric Gordon, why not let him go to a contender or someone that's a playoff team? Why not get him off our hands? He's been professional. You have not heard anything about Gordon in the locker room. You heard the players like him, but hey, y'all just give that man a chance to win a championship right there, or at least compete. We just need to get picks or either go young or go into the draft. And the guys that that I kind of look at is Vinatiero and Jabari Smith Jr. Out of Auburn, who's very long, who's 6'10". And Vinatiero yesterday went crazy against Syracuse. So again, man, those are the guys I'm looking at in the draft. And, it's a tough season. It's a tough season for us, man. To get scored on every single night. Some can come out some games, a lack of effort, just getting punished, getting out rebounded. People just walking in the paint. We get open people on the perimeter, and people just got all day to shoot outside. And that was frustrating to watch against Orlando Friday. That was frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, like Banchero, I would actually like for us to get, because he's a forward. We need more wings. And if Eric Gordon's gone, I feel like Banchero is automatically into the starting lineup.
Yeah.
So that would be a guy I'm okay with. But if we can draft him and then focus on some big guys in the free agency, there we go. I feel like that would be okay.
Yep.
Who would you want?
I'm like Vinatiero or Jabari Smith. Those are the main two I'm actually focused on. Vinatiero and Jabari Smith. Or, matter of fact, that big from Gonzaga.
Yeah, I was about to say, what about him?
Yeah, that big from Gonzaga. He can shoot, too. He's pretty solid. He can shoot. He can shoot the basketball. So, either those three, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind those three. And Jabari Smith is a stud. He's a stud. That man's 16. He can shoot. He's got a small frame. Now. He's a little bit small. Vinatiero is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So he may pan out a little more.
Yeah. So the guy from Gonzaga is Holmgren, isn't it? Holmgren? Yeah. I don't want him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want him. I just feel like he's too small of a body. He's a center. He's like another Christian Wood for me. So yeah, I would definitely think Banchero and Jabari Smith. Like that would be
He's kind of like Jabari Smith and him, they both kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
Now the best option will be Vinatiero. He's a little bit bigger inside, but he can shoot too. He's very skilled. Him and Jabari Smith just small. Like Christian Wood, we kind of don't like people that small like that, pretty much. Unless you're gonna start Şengün. You can let him get beat up a little bit more, and you can save Jabari Smith and put him at the 4, which is, I think, if Steven Silas, if it's something, I understand you don't want to put nobody on the bench. You don't want to put Tate or you don't want to put Gordon on the bench. But you got to at least try something, man. You got to at least put Şengün in that lineup. At least try. It can't hurt to try. Şengün showed that he can play some good defense, which he did in Orlando's game. He can hold his own. Let him get pounded on every big man. He can handle it. He plays good defense. And put Christian Wood at the 4. Put somebody at the 4. Yeah, you got a good lineup right there. Şengün is a playmaker. He's shown signs we can knock down an open 3 from time to time. Sometimes he's a little hesitant. I need him to stop being hesitant on that 3-point ball a little bit and just shoot it. But yeah, man, try a different lineup. Just try a different lineup. Just try something different, at least.
We're at the point of the season where anything goes at this point.
Yes.
We're out of contention. We're eliminated from the playoffs, basically. Just start, moving some guys around and see what lineup works for next season. Start building that chemistry, working together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like it's time, man. So we have nothing to play for. Just go out there and just see what happens.
I mean, we don't like small bigs. We don't like small big men because, again, they're tall. They got long arms. They're length, but they're small body size.
Mm-hmm.
Body size, that's too small. That's small. That's very small, and it takes away a lot of rebounding edges. It takes a lot of rebounding. You said, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Victor Oladipo.
No.
Hell no.
Well, he was saying he thought Kyle Lowry was a free agent, but he was saying Victor is. Oladipo is definitely going to be gone from y'all.
Yes, I wouldn't even grab him back now one bit. He stunk with the Rockets. How many good? One good. I can at least count 2 good games that he had. But at least when I saw on the court, I can tell he had no motivation at all to even play for this team.
Those injuries really ruined Oladipo, sadly.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I'm actually looking at Jabari Smith right now. He's 6'10", 220. That's a pretty. Yep. He's probably going to grow a couple more inches,
yep.
man. He might hit that 7 foot mark.
7 foot mark, but he's still pretty small. He's a little big. That's why but he's talented though. He's very good. I believe if you put the right lineup in, you can at least put him at the 4. He can work. He don't have to play center. He actually doesn't have to play center. But again, man, we don't have a great coach. We just don't have a great coach who knows how to make the proper adjustments and put the right lineups out there. I mean, like you said, we the worst team in the goddamn league. How much that it can hurt worse trying a damn different lineup, trying Şengün and Christian Wood at the same time. How much do you got to lose on that? So again, try something different, man. Make some type of adjustments. I mean, the reason why Josh Christopher struggling now, because I wouldn't say benefit of Dennis Schroeder because he has open opportunities. But before Dennis Schroeder got here, he was shooting the ball very, very well. He was shooting the ball very, very well. And that's my favorite rookie in the NBA right there and on the team right there.
Yeah, and he doesn't get a ton of minutes either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we didn't see much of him at all against the Magic, and like I think a couple games prior, it was like the third quarter. He only played 3 minutes throughout the whole game. So it's like he's not even getting burned anymore. He's getting buried on the depth chart. So, I mean, when Schroeder got there, that's when he started not even playing, which just it sucks. It sucks to see because we want to see those young guys out there. Damian said we're not worse than the Pistons. I think we are, Damian.
I think we might be just that worse.
We already lost to them.
Detroit just beat Cleveland and Boston.
Yeah.
They just beat Cleveland and Boston.
We're on like a 9-game losing streak right now.
This is our second goddamn longest losing streak in the league. We had a 15-game losing streak, and we have a 9. We may have a 10 by the end of the night. We may have a 10 by the end of the night.
Last season, we had like 20 straight games.
Yeah, 20 straight. Yep.
Oh my god, bro. So it's
that's
sad.
not Rockets. That's not Rockets like seeing us going on a losing streak like that.
Jesus,
that's
bro.
not actually Rockets like.
I remember when we won 22 in a row, and I was like, "Damn, we actually might break this. We're coming close to the record." I think the record is 30 something.
Yeah, it was about the Lakers. We went to 22. Then that was snapped by Boston, who was the best team in the National Basketball League. Those were the eventual defending champions. I think we ended up playing Utah. They got beat out of the first round again.
Yep.
Again, that's when we had Rick Adelman at that point of time. The very next year, the first year was Jeff Van Gundy. We was up by 5, 88 to 83. And then we just couldn't get a goddamn rebound all of a sudden. And then the very next year, we go up 0-2 again against Utah. We still lose against Utah. We just could never beat them in Salt Lake City.
We were always a first-round exit, bro. I was like, golly. We could finish 60 wins and still be a first-round bounce out, bro. I didn't understand that, dude, because we had the team. Like, on paper, we had a squad, man. I don't know what happened. I mean,
I mean, against Dallas, that was just a tell of the tape right there. That's how I knew against Dallas when we went up 0-2 again, and we beat this time we didn't even have home court advantage. We beat them twice in Dallas.
Yeah.
Well, we beat them twice in Dallas, and we switched it around. We beat them at home. We beat them on the road. We beat them on the road twice.
Yeah.
But guess what? We never won a home game in that series.
Yep.
Every win that we got was on the road.
Yeah. That didn't make sense. Didn't make any sense at all. The Toyota Center was probably like, man, fuck this. All the fans were like, we're not coming back, man. Screw this. We're just gonna go to Dallas. We're gonna travel to Dallas.
And then we got beat by 40 the very next night against Dallas, and that was pretty much the heartbreaker. That was pretty much the tell of the tape of Tracy McGrady. He was worn out by that time. His earlier years in Orlando kind of wore him out, but he did have some great years in Houston, but just couldn't get past the first round. Eventually, without him, we got past the first round with Ron Artest and Yao Ming. Yao Ming breaks his foot in game 1 against LA. He breaks his foot. So arguably, we played that game 7 with him. We probably would have won that game. The way Ron Artest was probably one of my leading scorers that year. that we got him. So, yeah.
Yeah. And that was the tail of the tape for Yao Ming. When he broke his foot, he never really came back from that. You know what I'm saying? He had foot issues the whole rest of his career ever since that injury. So, yeah. Oh, those years were fun, bro. Those years. I used to walk into school like when we were playing the Lakers. I'm like, beat LA, beat it, because I had so many Laker fans that I would talk trash to in high school, and I'm like, man, we can actually beat LA, but we couldn't. We never did. And that series was so fun though. Going to Game 7, you know.
LA was probably one of the thorns in my side at that point. I wanted to beat them so bad, but we could never. God damn, they were just too much for us. So Anthony Simons is a free agent, but I think Portland signing him back. They definitely signing him back.
They need to.
They definitely need to sign him back. They definitely going to sign him back. Even Portland may even make the playoffs. They in a 10th seed right now. They in a playing game. Coach Billups, Max gave Coach Billups a shout out, and we giving you a shout out over here on the Liftoff Podcast. Coach Billups, shout out to you, man. How you got that team playing, man.
And the fact that he orchestrated a starting lineup with like guys that were kind of just like tossed to the side, like Justice Winslow, for instance. He was buried over there with the Grizzlies, and then he was thrown away by the Heat. But now he's over here with Portland, putting up great minutes, great basketball, and like this rotation, even without Dame, I mean, they're scoring, they're freaking balling over there. But now Nurkic is out with I think he broke he messed his foot up or something.
Yeah, he messed his foot up. Yeah,
he's probably gonna be out the rest of the season. So that's gonna be a huge loss by them. But yeah, man, I mean, Chauncey Billups has this team like determined, like fighting. Like that's what we need, bro. We need coaches like that. And so I actually when Chauncey Billups was like, coming out and saying I might get a head coaching job, I was like, shit, we need to try to get him. I don't know why Dame wasn't really like happy about that hire though, because when Chauncey got hired, Dame kind of was like, nah, I'm not happy with that. I wasn't really a part of the head coaching decision, which I would think, a point guard, I'm saying Chauncey's a freaking legend in this game. I feel like Dame should have I thought he would be okay with that, but I guess he wasn't.
He wasn't happy with the offseason moves, period, though. He just, like you said, he came out and voiced his opinion on the offseason moves, and he wasn't very impressed with the offseason moves as he came out and said, I'm not impressed with the offseason moves. But, he probably eating his words a little bit because they're in the playoffs. They are good enough to be in the playoffs, and that's pretty much really it. A playing game, that's pretty much really it. So, but those young guys are playing really good basketball. I mean, you got Greg Brown over there, who's a Texas Longhorns guy. He's over there playing very, very good. Anthony Simons had a great game when Portland against Golden State. That's pretty much a bright spot for him. You got young guys out there fighting for the play for Coach Billups, man. You got guys out there fighting, and we got coaches out here don't know how to pretty much influence the play. He want to be like Jason Garrett.
Yeah,
he want to be another Jason Garrett and clap on. Think everything is a clapping session, man. We need some discipline in these players, and the mental mistakes, the turnovers, free throws. I don't know what we doing at practices. I don't know what he's doing mid post game. I don't know what he's doing. So, like I say, the free throws, the turnovers. And these be mental minor turnovers. These are they be live ball turnovers, but mental live ball turnovers. They be mental errors that we made. And we understand that we're going to get that from the young team, but to lose every game like that, 17 turnovers, that's not even an excuse to be even making at this point right now. So the mental turnovers, the mental lapse of mistakes, 17 shots, times you don't get a shot up. Each and every game, you can't get a shot up. You can't get 17 shots up. You just got to turn the ball over 17 times. That's crazy.
Yeah, and say the opposing team scores all 17 times. That's at least 34-point difference, right? There. I mean, you can't win. There's no way. So that we need to clean it up. We play tonight. We play the Clippers. We play them back to back too, I think.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm just gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, bro, but
I'll be doing a triple header basketball game at that point. At that point in time, I'm just like, yeah, hey man, hey, I watched the highlights of it, but hey, it's hard. It's hard to watch, man. It's hard to watch, but I'll say, Kevin, go ahead.
Let's talk about a former Houston Rockets player though, James Harden, and his debut with the Sixers. I mean, that was incredible.
That was incredible.
I was like, on paper, him and Embiid, pairing up, that could be dangerous, but we saw it live now on the court. Oh my God, bro. Like, they looked like they were having fun. Yep. You know what I'm saying? They were freaking moving the ball. Like, it looked like a match made in heaven, bro. And like, I didn't know how like Tyrese Maxey would be, with Harden there, but he was over there freaking balling too, man. Just the way they were like moving the ball around, scoring. That team looks scary now. And I mean, let's hope they all stay healthy because, Embiid and Harden recently have been always injured. So if they all can stay on the court at the same time, man, those Sixers, they're scary, man.
Hey, James Harden, I'm telling you, man, everybody saying how much James Harden is going to take off Maxey. Well, it doesn't look like that. They all blended in together. James Harden looks motivated as ever out there. He looks motivated. Imagine can't double in Joel Embiid no more. Imagine can't doing that. I mean, man, I'm telling you, man, this team looks scary, bro.
Top to bottom.
Like when James Harden, and we all know when James Harden is motivated, Harden is motivated, you can't tell me he's not a top 5 player in the NBA. When he's happy with Daryl Morey over there, we all know. We've seen it with Daryl Morey over here in Houston. When he's happy and he's motivated, man can do it all. He can even play defense. When he's happy and motivated, we seen him pick Kevin Durant pocket. Take his money, lunch money away from him on the defensive side in a playoff game. I didn't see that personally. Lockdown defense when he wants to, when he is happy. You can't tell me he didn't look happy against Minnesota. You can't tell me he didn't look happy.
Yeah,
I mean you can't tell me, Joel Embiid didn't look happy. Or Tyrese Maxey still able to score 20 points, and Joel Embiid if all 3 of them guys can get 20 points, 26. That I'm telling you, that team is gonna be scary.
I mean, Harden jumped off that private jet. Daryl Morey was over there, open arms, hugging him, shaking. Like they're homeboys, man. I mean, Morey took a chance with him when he was with Houston. We traded for him. So Morey knew, Morey believed in James Harden. So like, I feel like Harden's just in a good spot right now. Like that team is scary. I mean, they have a coach that, he might be everyone's saying he might be one of the most overrated coaches ever in the history of the NBA, but he's still a great coach. Like
he's still a great coach.
Doc Rivers is, I would take Doc Rivers over majority of the coaches in the league right now.
Hey, I'll take Doc Rivers over Silas right now. I'll take him right now.
Billy Donovan over him.
For me, he is an overrated coach, but he's still a great coach, though. I don't dispute that from him. He's still a great coach. He's an NBA champion. But people are gonna look at the 3-1 leads. You definitely can't ignore it. Definitely can't ignore the 3-1 leads that he blow. But he's still a better coach than we got. And then way better coach than we got. And he's a better coach than Brett goddamn Brown. He's definitely
Brent Brown
an upgrade.
Man, when they lost with Brent Brown's I just remember Stephen A. Smith just going, "You need to fire him now." Like Stephen A. Smith was just burying freaking Brent Brown, man. And I mean, look at him now. Maybe that was the issue, but I mean, dude, if they didn't lose to the Kawhi Leonard miracle shot in Toronto, they might have had a ring by now. You know what I'm saying? But that just Kawhi just breaking their hearts, man. But Harden, like. Yeah, you're like you just said. If he's healthy, balling like that, he's top 5. I mean, in the league. Dude, Harden is special.
If you can keep him happy, I'm telling you. We seen this in Houston. If you can keep him happy, I'm telling you, you got a force to be reckoned with. But I got a question that I got to ask you about this though. But me and Key, we discussed on it yesterday. How many years you get the Sixers with this window? I mean, I know if they don't make the championship, or if they lose somehow in a second round, which is they may get a better opponent, they're gonna either draw the Heat or the Bucks in probably the second round. I know it still will be a probably disappointing season, but the very next year he's gonna get James Harden back for a full year. You got a full year up on the belt. How much pressure will be on the Sixers?
I feel like this trade right here kind of reminds me of the LA Rams trade when they got Stafford. I feel like this is a win or a bust because, listen, Harden isn't he is a free agent next season.
Yep.
So like he could leave. Like this is a question mark that always in the back of his head. I don't see him leaving, but it's a possibility. If like something happens, you know, I feel like they have like a 2-year window. If they I feel like it's a win or bust this year or next season with Harden, Embiid, Maxey. I mean, you can't pay all these guys. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to keep all 3 of these guys on the same team for too much longer unless they all take like, you know, pay cuts and just decided like we just want to keep it together. But all 3 guys, they're going to want their money. I mean, I don't think Harris will be there much longer. Harris is kind of like an afterthought now with them. But yeah, with this core right here, because they got a freaking star-studded lineup right now, they're all going to want money. And you only have a certain amount of money to give. So I feel like they have like a 2-year window to get a ring or it's going to be a bust.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with you, man. I think it's a 2-year reign. I think it's a 2-year reign right here. This year will be disappointing, but the very next year, if you somehow doesn't get a ring next year, I mean, much talented do you put that on a coach for that talented you got? Do you consider putting Doc Rivers on a hot seat? Not this year, but next year if the job doesn't get done.
I mean, depends on how bad. If they're a first round exit, then yeah, I feel like he should be on the hot seat. But if they get to like the Eastern Conference Finals or even the finals and lose, I don't think he should be on the hot seat. But if they're on a first round exit to like, I don't know what teams are fighting for like the 6th or 7th seed. Let me see, like the Celtics, for instance. If they lose to the Celtics in the first round, then yeah, I would say he should be on the hot seat. But yeah, Key just said Embiid got a max deal. I see that right here. But Tobias is getting paid $37 million. He's actually getting paid more than Embiid. Embiid's getting 33 right now this year.
Tobias got the bag.
Bro, so they had to ship Tobias out because or cut him, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of freaking money tied up with Tobias Harris. So
that's a lot of money.
If you want to keep Harden, I mean, he's $47 million right now. Harden's pushing $50 million a year. That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm saying it's gonna be hard to pay Embiid and Harden. So I don't know. Yeah, you paid Tobias that much money.
Y'all paid him back.
That's ridiculous.
And you know what's up? We got another team that got a win yesterday. A big win on the road. We got the Brooklyn Nets, Max.
Yes.
With the win on the road against Milwaukee. That was a great game last night, man. We got both teams are looking bright for both teams at this point right now. Kyrie Irving with the 38-point piece last night, man. Hey, that was a great game, man.
I wanted to see that from Kyrie. I was looking at, the roster or the lineup because I was like, damn, still no KD. Ben Simmons, of course, now has a back issue again. I don't know when Ben Simmons is going to touch this core. But, I mean, Jesus. How is he already hurt, man? But, yeah, I was like, no KD against Milwaukee. I was like, this is a game where I want to see Kyrie do his thing. Like, can Kyrie lead a team to a victory by himself against a great team against the Bucks? That's what I wanted to see. And bro, he showed up. That is why Kyrie is so fun to watch on the court. Like, say what you want about him off the court, his mental state, like he thinks the earth's flat. I get it. But as a basketball player, man, this kid, or he's not a kid no more, but this guy can freaking flat out play. And I love watching Kyrie play, man. And it was just fun. It was cool to see his dad there too. After the game, he was like hugging his dad and stuff. I bet that felt good for Kyrie to have a game like that.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing. Like, I want to see Brooklyn play with everybody. Play with Kevin Durant, and this is one thing you can feel good about Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving, this man can put up buckets, man. No matter who's guarding him, Jrue Holiday can guard him.
Jrue Holiday is one of the best defenders,
and he's one of the best defenders. Wesley Matthews, he's one of the premier defenders in the league when he starts or when he plays. And Kyrie Irving, big shout out to Big Shot last night. Even Bruce Brown gave you some good minutes, 15 points, 3 big threes, 1 in the corner, and some good defense. And Andre Drummond, 17 and 12, Curry 19 points, still the same. That's still the same Steph Curry that you got out of Philadelphia right there. And Marcus Aldridge able to give you 11. Goran Dragic gave you 6 off the bench with 14 minutes. Cam Thomas with 9. And the biggest block of the game was James Johnson. Yes. James Johnson even gave you a couple of threes and a block on Bobby Portis at the end. So, hey, this team got some good defense, man, and good role players, man. And if they can get Kevin Durant back soon, and
Drummond, I think Drummond was a great addition for them. Great addition. Like, he blocked Giannis with 26 seconds left. I mean, that man got up there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Drummond, UConn Nation, baby. But anyway, but yeah, man, James, just seeing like guys like James Johnson make a phenomenal play to seal the deal for them. I'm telling you, man, even though you are like NA, you know, you need to wait and see. I'm telling you, man, the Nets are serious contenders in the East. Serious contenders. I mean, like Iverson just said in the chat, KD's supposed to be back next week. I'm telling you, this team, any team with Kevin Durant on it is a serious contender. I don't care. They can, if KD comes to the Rockets tomorrow, we are contenders in the West. That's just facts.
Other people's going to want to come play. Of course, other people's going to want to come play for us then.
KD is a freaking top 3 player in the league every single year when healthy. You know, of course, he can't stay on the freaking court all season. Problem. I hate that. I'm a huge KD. I'm a KD guy, bro.
I'm a KD guy because he's from Texas. He plays in Texas.
Yeah. So like, even when like, bro, that was when I like first started really watching basketball, was when KD was like in Texas, you know. Like, I was like, damn, I love this guy, Kevin Durant. Even though he's like a long-ass, skinny, lengthy motherfucker. Everyone was on the Greg Oden train. I was like, nah, KD. And then I just followed him. I followed him throughout his whole career, man. And I have always, I don't care. People call him Snake. People call him, wussy because he joined the Warriors. I don't care, man. KD wanted a championship. Yeah. And you know what? Without Kevin Durant, even though the Warriors did win without him, I'm saying when Kevin Durant came, I don't think who knows? The Warriors might not even freaking won because Kevin Durant took over.
On the cake. Kevin Durant just made them unstoppable.
Yes.
And everybody knew it. He just made them that much unstoppable. That's it. When Kevin Durant was healthy with the Warriors, it was impossible to beat them. It was impossible. You knew they were going to win every single night. You knew they were going to have a chance to win every single night, even with the Rockets, even with the Rockets, like even when we played them. But I'm like, God damn, they got Kevin Durant who can go off at any type of moment. And when they lost him, I said, this is a chance the Rockets got to take advantage in this game 5. Steph Curry comes alive in the fourth quarter. And then the next game 6, Steph Curry go into the halftime with no points. Third quarter, here we go. 30 points in the second half.
Jesus. Like, and Kevin Durant's the type of player, like, he wanted LeBron. He said, come here. And he pulled up right on LeBron's face, just a step up 3 right in his fucking grill. And that's why that's why I love Kevin Durant. He's not scared. He knows LeBron is like the man, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, listen, it's time for you to give me that torch. It's my turn now.
I mean, he just made him very much unstoppable, man. He just made him very much unstoppable. And like I say, man, a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't like it. But guess what? I respect him. He's one of my favorite players, man. He played at Texas. He played at Texas. So how can I hate
That's
hate
your
the
boy.
guy, dude? He played at Texas. That's my guy, man. He represented the goddamn UT. And go ahead.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off, but let me ask you this, because now there's problems with Kemba and the Knicks.
Yeah.
Would you, because I'm a Kemba guy, UConn. Would you like Kemba with the Rockets next season? Even though we have guards for days, you know what I'm saying? I know we have a lot of point guards and shooting guards. And insert Kemba Walker into that lineup. What do you think? Do you think that's a good fit, or just we shouldn't trust it?
I don't think for a stand on the court, I don't like the move. Mm-hmm. But if people will like him, like Schroeder, I think he will be a good locker room presence for the Rockets. Veteran, great veteran leader. I still think someone's going to find a way to play him. Like, I wouldn't mind it. You got to have some veteran leadership too, though. You actually got to have some veteran leadership. And I think Kemba Walker can come in, even if it's on a 1-year proven deal, even if it's on a 1-year deal or a minimum deal, I think it will be great for the locker room and for the young guys. And I still think Kemba Walker can play. I still think Kemba Walker can play the game. It's just I don't think Thibodeau is a big fan of him. I just don't think Thibodeau is a big fan of him. That's it.
And it sucks to say, man, because I love Kemba Walker, dude. I one of my favorite players ever. But he's at the point of his career where injuries just took over, just like T-Mac, just like, Grant Hill, for instance. Like, phenomenal player, but at this time of his career, I don't know if he's a starting point guard anymore. If the Rockets do take a chance on him, I would definitely want him coming off the bench. But like as a veteran locker room, presence, I would love that. But I'm also thinking like, what other team could use, like, who would trust Kemba Walker at this point? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's at the point where his playing days are numbered, honestly, and it sucks. But I mean, it was very, very interesting when they shut him down for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
so
that was a long time coming because they did it earlier. They did it earlier during the season. Thibodeau did it earlier, and Thibodeau is not a big fan of wanting to rebuild and tank. He's a big competitive coach. I know we used to have Tom Thibodeau as an assistant coach. I believe that was with Jeff Van Gundy. I believe we used to have him as an assistant coach on our bench. So again, he's not a big fan of tanking in a tanking mode, but he just lost a pretty decent player, one of his best shooters, in Quentin Grimes. The other night, he just lost.
How bad was that?
It looked bad because he was getting packed off the floor. It looked bad the way I looked at it. I believe that was the Rockets day too, the Rockets night that we played Orlando.
Yeah,
it looked bad. It looked bad.
And that sucks. I hate seeing rookies, especially getting hurt like that.
It looked pretty bad. So we gonna go over one more game before we get up out of here. 12 o'clock, we got Knicks and we got Sixers with me and Key. So you want to pop in on one of the games or the later games, you definitely can pop in because I'm doing about 3 games tonight.
What's your schedule looking like today?
I think I got Utah, Phoenix. That's gonna be a solid game. I got Lakers, Pelicans tonight, and I got one more. I think I got one more other game. One more other game.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I can join you in one.
Yeah, let me know. I'll just put you on with me. So we got Memphis going into the Windy City and beating Chicago. Beating Chicago last night. Ja Morant, 46 points against
this man. Hey, this Ja Morant is probably the most fun player to watch play. I'm like, this kid is unbelievable, man. That 360 layup that he did last night, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, my God. And that game was fun to watch because at first we saw DeRozan struggling a little bit. I think he started 0 of 7 from the field, but he picked it up. And then the controversy happened when he got ejected with like 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And they were only down by 3. I think he like bumped the ref. It was a ticky-tacky call, and the ref, of course, you're out of there. You touch me. You shouldn't do that. You're gone. Like, that was so. I mean, dude, look at if you're a ref, look at the situation. 5 seconds left. They're down by 3, and you throw their best player off the fucking court. Like, come on, man.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry.
That's crazy. I hate that. It's kind of like the NFL. You just going too soft. I mean, I remember that you and Kiefer touched on that rule that taunting rule when that dude number 58 Marsh got that taunting penalty. He bumped into the referee, which is I didn't think it was too much. Well, the referee already had the flag ready to throw out. By the time he bumped into
he
him,
had his hand in his fucking pants, and he was like, it seemed like it was like scripted. It seemed like it was supposed to happen that way. I don't. And then that cost them the game. The Bears. That cost them. That was like a 3rd and 10 or something like that, and automatic first down.
It showed did, but I didn't think it was too much either. But it looked like the ref already had the flag already ready to throw before he just looked at the sideline and just just do it. It ain't like he opening up his mouth or anything. I hate those. I hate that type of rule. Let guys have fun in these days. They're gonna talk trash. It's a competitive game. They're gonna do that. Let these guys have some goddamn fun. Let's stop taking the fun up out of the game sometime, man. As long as they don't get too out of hand when they start throwing punches, then that's when you get a hold to them. But talking trash is not a big deal to these guys. These guys doing it because they're competitors. And you got the DeMar DeRozan continue to do his thing. 31. Zach LaVine chipped in 28 last night. Vuka had 11 and 12. He's continued to be the inconsistent bull right there. You got Kobe White trapped in 15 off the bench for the Bulls.
Yeah, and shout out to Steven Adams. He had a great game in this game. He had
a great game. 12. He had 12 points, I believe. He had 12 points over. Was that 21 rebounds that I saw?
He had
21 rebounds, and he even chipped in 5 assists.
That's what I'm saying. And like that's the one thing about the Bulls. Vucevic can't play defense. I'm sorry, he just can't.
Yeah, he can't.
You got bodied by Steven Adams. I mean, I'm not talking crap about Steven Adams, and I think he's a okay center, but he's not like a dude. If you're getting 20 boards, if Steven Adams is getting 20 boards over you, bro, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Especially you're 7 foot, you're freaking big. But yeah, Steven Adams was just bodying him down low.
They need a big man bad. I think the Bulls need a big man. They desperately need a big man.
They got Tristan Thompson, and he freaking airballed the free throw last night. He was over here like, whoa. Like, Tristan Thompson stinks.
That's the one that Tristan Thompson. That's Tristan Thompson that LeBron got paid pretty much. Good so we do got on the slated games on the schedule today. We do got the Sixers at 12 o'clock, which is coming up shortly. Me and Key. I got the Suns and Jazz at 2:30. I will be on that game. You got Boston and the Pacers. You got the Pistons and the Hornets. And of course you got our Rockets going up and playing LA. That's not gonna be too pretty good.
Count our prayers, count our blessings. We gonna need it.
And I also got Dallas versus the Mavericks too. I think I got that game. And last late night game, it's the Lakers and Pelicans. So which one of these games you're gonna be interested in seeing? You're gonna be looking out for today?
The Jazz and Suns game kind of throws that that's gonna be very, very interesting to watch. Even without CP3 there, the Suns are a great team. I think Cameron Payne is still hurt. He's gonna be out for I don't know when, but he's gonna be out this game too as well. So I mean, even without them, dude, they've been showing up, and this is what we thought about for the Suns. Like they're not gonna fall off. Like with CP3, they're a championship team without him. They're just below it. They're still gonna do their thing, but they're not gonna. I don't think they'll win a championship without CP3. But they're still a very good team. And also the Mavs and the Warriors are going to be another great one to watch because Dallas has been rolling lately, and without without Porzingis, they look better. I mean,
you ain't lying. I mean, Porzingis didn't want to be there. I didn't believe he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there at all. Not with Luka. When he saw Luka, he knows Luka's the number one guy, and I think he got fed up with that of his touches being limited, and he's been just basically more of an outside shooter. But I didn't think he liked it at all being there. So again, they did. I think they did beat San Antonio the other night with Kyle Kuzma going out for 38 on them. So
that's Kuzma's been freaking phenomenal this year. Like
he's good.
He's in line for most improved as well.
I think he should deserve to be in that conversation. definitely as well. And like we've been saying about the Suns, like they're not going to drop off too far. They're going to be probably the lowest they probably will drop is second. But they're not going to drop off. They're still a good enough roster to probably even make make the second round without Chris Paul. Make the second round without Chris Paul. But I don't think they're championship contenders without him. Yeah. With them, I believe they can get back to the finals. With them, I believe they got the roster that can get back to the finals. But it's clear in the playoffs when he's get Chris Paul healthy as much as you can. You don't have to rush him back. They're 49-11. You're 49-11. Yeah, you don't have to rush him back. Wait till he's healthy. You got Aaron Holiday, who's another guy that can come off the bench and give you a spark plug, man. This guy was a double-figure scorer in Indiana at 16 points per game, so he can put some scoring in there off the bench. And you got time to get Cameron Payne back. You got Alfred Payton who's playing very great basketball. Last time we both watched him.
Yeah,
both times we watched him. He put up against the Chicago Bulls and the Clippers. He was productive. He was getting to the paint. He was pretty good. So that's point guard depth that you got right there. I believe they're a good enough team to hold off until Chris Paul gets healthy. And
Chris Paul's going to be reevaluated 6 to 8 weeks, but that's reevaluation. Yeah, there's 7 weeks, I think, or 8 weeks left of the season. Yeah. So he looks like he could miss the first round of the playoffs, and I think they'll be okay though without him in the first round. Second round, I don't know. I think you're gonna start needing Chris Paul in the second round.
I'm telling you. I don't think like second round when it gets actually tougher. Like if the Jazz make it to the second round, I think the Jazz can be beaten. To be honest, out of all these teams, I'm not trusting the Jazz. I think they're a second round and out team as normal as they always. It just depends on the matchup. I think they're a second round and out team. I don't got no really faith in the Jazz moving past forward. I think if Donovan Mitchell, my bold prediction, as I've been saying all year long, Donovan Mitchell would not be happy with the Jazz. I think that he would consider forcing his frustration and moving on from if he loses early in the playoffs again. I think he would consider his frustration and moving on from the Jazz after this season if they fail.
Great point. I was just about to say, I think if they are, if they don't make it far in the playoffs, they might blow up that team because at some point you're just gonna be like, listen, we just can't win together. You know what I'm saying? Like we can win in the regular season, but when it counts, we can't do it. And I feel like he might pull that Harden on the Jazz and be like, yo, I'm out. Sorry, D Wade, but I'm gone. I want to get the hell up out of here. And shit.
I know most people say from Utah that Rudy Gobert is their best player, but let's cut it out. Come on, man. You're not winning nothing without Donovan Mitchell. You're not winning anything without Donovan Mitchell. You damn sure not going to win in the West, but Rudy Gobert is your best player. Come on now. Let's stop the jokes. Let's stop it right there. Rudy Gobert is a solid player. He's probably one of the best defending big men, but he's no damn Donovan Mitchell. He's not the best player on Utah. He's not the best player on the Utah Jazz. Let's stop it. That guy beat OKC by his own self. So we got one more thing before we get out. We got the Rockets game tonight. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I mean, we got pregame warm-ups at 5. So here we go. Give me a score prediction of how much the Rockets may lose by tonight.
I want to say 0, but I'm going to be realistic here, and I could see us losing by like 12 or 14. I mean, the Clippers have been playing really freaking great lately. Ty Lue has that team just running. You know what I'm saying, ready to go every single night. And he even said we didn't even plan for the Lakers. We just went out there and we just won. I mean, confidence, bro. And that's what I'm saying. So I think we can lose by 12 or 14, but let's hope for a win. That's all I got to say.
I'll be happy even with a win. We'll be happy next week coming on here with a win. We're even saying, hey, at least we beat the Clippers. At least we beat the goddamn Clippers. At least we'll be happy with that.
Let's hope we get a Reggie Jackson that shoots 7 out of 28 again.
Oh shit! But I don't you know how much I love that.
Oh my god,
bro. Said 15. You stole my pick, Ivana. I was gonna say 15, but I will go. I'm gonna go 13. I'm gonna go like 13. If we get beat by double figures. We normally get beat by double figures. So you gotta assume if we get beat, the game is gonna be in double figures. We definitely get beat. It's going to be in double figures.
We're at home, so I mean that can possibly. And right now, they actually have the Clippers only 6.5 point favorites on us, like if on Vegas. So Vegas thinks if we're going to lose by 6.5, I'm like, I think we might lose by double that, bro. Like,
yeah, man. Every time we like, besides the Phoenix loss when we lost by 3, we normally get beat by double digits. Well, we got beat by 8 against Orlando, but goddamn, that's Orlando. That's goddamn Orlando, but they beat us by 8 points, so they definitely beat us by double digits. Because of Christian Wood 10 missed goddamn free throws. That's the game right there. Christian Wood 10 missed free throws literally cost the Rockets the basketball game. And that's ridiculous.
When we were calling the game, we were like, all right, Christian Wood's at the free throw line, and he misses another one. All right, what's new? What's new at this point? Jesus. It was hard to watch. It was just hard to watch.
It was hard to watch. Shooting 37% from the 3-point line and can't make one free throw. You can't make you gotta miss 10 free throws, and those 10 free throws cost us pretty much the game, and we lost by 8 points. You hit 10 of those free throws. That's a 2-point victory. That's basically a 2-point victory.
Yeah. I mean, even if he only hit 5 or 6 of them, bro, like we're right there. We're in striking distance, If he went 50% from the free throw line instead for 33, we had a shot to win. But no, this dude just and it was smart by Orlando because every time he went up for a layup or a dunk, they fouled him. They forced him to go to the free throw line. So
that is it, ladies and gentlemen, man. That is the first ever episode of the Liftoff Podcast. You see the background right there, the Liftoff Rockets with my boy Max. Don't forget, 12 o'clock was coming up in 30 odd minutes. Me and Key will be on for the Sixers and Knicks. Those Sixers look goddamn good. That's scary. That's a scary team to even be. That's a scary team, man.
Hell yeah.
We got a triple header tonight. I got Phoenix versus Utah. I got Denver versus I got not Denver, but Golden State versus Dallas. And I got the nightcap will be the Lakers versus the Pelicans. So I'm gonna be busy and like always. So this is the first ever Liftoff podcast. We will be back on here next Sunday, every Sunday at 11 o'clock. That is 10 o'clock my time. 11 o'clock his time, man. So we got a lot of good stuff coming on for you guys. We got Frenzy coming up. When me and Max and Key, we're gonna all get together. We're gonna keep you up on Frenzy. But we got the Combine Tuesday when me and Eric got you posted. We will be streaming every day of the Combine. If any guys want to pop in, give your thoughts on the Combine and stuff like that. So we got a busy week on the Spotlight Sports Network, and Max and this guy Kiefer. Even Max and this guy Kiefer are going to be joining in with us on the free agency frenzy type thing right there. So we got some great football stuff for you, basketball, college, NCAA tournaments, and March Madness, Big 12 tournaments, Big 10 tournaments. We gonna keep you posting on all of it, man. So this is the first episode of the Liftoff Podcast. It went well, and let's hope the Rockets can get a win tonight. But we are out, guys. Shout out to you guys.
Thanks for watching and listening. We appreciate y'all. And also, Kiefer and I will have another episode on the network next week. I'm dropping the video today. We had another recording on Thursday about some more news about the NFL and stuff like that. So if you're interested in some NFL, follow me at MaxCoverageTV on YouTube on all platforms. But yeah, man, it's been fun, Donte, and I'm happy we started this, bro, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, man, I'm happy, and then we're gonna have many more of these, starting next week. So, man, y'all be safe. Keep your hands out, keep your hands washed, and we saying so long, man. We'll see y'all guys in 30 minutes, guys. We out. Peace out, man.